I'm back. It was a very quick turnaround for the next Manson single slash music video. I announced on my channel that his next single would be Raise the Red Flag, and that information was leaked. Turns out it was correct. So, breaking news from Forever Dirt. I gave you the scoop, and here we have the music video. Just like with the last one, it came out a day after the song came out, which I love. It's great that we're not getting a big delay between the song and the music video, which I know has been a thing in the past for Manson. I should probably plug in my computer. It's getting kind of low. So my last reaction got blocked, and for that reason, I'm going to do this one a little bit differently. In my last one, I just watched the video all the way through one time, and then I went back and paused at all the moments to look at all the different visuals. This time I'm going to do it differently. This time I'm going to pull up the lyrics. I'm not going to read the lyrics beforehand. That's what I did the first time. I'm going to pull up the lyrics first. Raise the red flag lyrics. And go to Genius. And I'm going to be following along with the lyrics on my phone as I watch the video. And I'm going to be pausing along the way to talk about the video, to talk about the music, and to talk about the lyrics, which unfortunately means that the first time I listen to this song, it's going to be very kind of broken up. And I'm not going to get the full-on experience of listening to the whole thing on the first go. But that's fine. It doesn't really, I don't think it really matters. What matters is that the video won't get blocked, so I won't have to mute anything. So, obviously, I mean, there's still a danger of it getting blocked, but at least if it gets blocked, I can appeal that, and there's a good chance that my appeal will be accepted, because it's fair use, supposedly, even though it's already fair. It's already kind of fair use. The line of what counts as fair use is blurry. I tend to have a very loose interpretation because I think that's better, but other people disagree. Record labels tend to disagree, so we'll see. We're starting off with very kind of high end of low colors. The blue and the red, very dark. Shot of Manson's face, looking pretty classic. Let's go. Very kind of dirty sounding guitar to start off with. Almost kind of Born Villain-ish. Wow, oh wow, that is a really dirty fuzzy bass. I wonder who that is on the bass. I don't know his band. I know that Tyler Bates is in the band on guitar, but I don't know who's on bass right now. Okay, so here's a picture of a white flag soaked with blood, which of course is one of the lyrics that it was on. It was actually featured, it was teased in the music video for As Sick as the Secrets Within. He had posted up all these lyrics, and one of them was about, it was like, my red flag is your white flag soaked with blood, which is an interesting line, sort of, you know, the idea of a red flag, a warning sign, like, you know, Manson is, people are warning other people about Manson, that Manson is something to be feared, that Manson is something to be you keep away from him. Don't spend time with Manson. He'll be bad for you. He raises red flags. And then a white flag, of course, is about surrender or peace, or parlay. So it's this. He's making some sort of a point about him kind of fighting back, I guess. That's the basic idea. And there's other lyrics that we saw that kind of go along with that. Like I think there was something about him washing the bullseye off his back. So that appears to be what this is. Okay, there's the band. Interesting, this is something we haven't gotten in a long time, which is a video of Manson actually performing with the band. This idea of Marilyn Manson as a band is something that's kind of fallen away lately. I don't know when was the last time we had a band music video like this. It might be as far back as Eat Me, Drink Me, with stuff like, what was that song? Blow out your candles and all my Frankensteins. At least my death wish will come true. You taste like Valentine's and you cry just like a birthday. Should've picked the photograph, it lasted longer than you. Whatever that song is called, I'm putting holes in happiness. That's the next line in the song. Took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, that I remember having a band in it. Interesting to see. It's almost like Manson is like, I gotta remind people that there are people who still like me. There's people who still want to work with me. Because that's kind of how it feels, like almost like he's bringing out the band so that he can kind of have his little army with him to help him in I guess raising the red flag. Okay, that leather jacket that he's wearing there, he wore that in As Sick as the Secrets Within as well. That was, I believe, what he was wearing when he came out of the membrane. It appears that we have a female guitarist there. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if it's just a Zim-Zum situation where it just looks like a woman, but it's not. But I'm assuming that's a female guitarist. You never know with Marilyn Manson. But with, yeah, the sound, I'm not sold on it yet. It feels very 2000s, like very kind of 2000s heavy metal. Almost like a sort of System of a Down kind of thing. Never liked that sound very much. And that's the vibe I'm getting from the video as well, with the band playing on this white backdrop. Really reminds me of that kind of genre. But let's keep going. Your autopsy table is ready. Pay off the drug deals you made with God. Okay. So, singing. Again, his voice is interesting. It doesn't really sound like what he's done before. Sounds like he's trying to do more new things with his voice, which I like. We have these lyrics: your autopsy table is ready, pay off the drug deals you made with God. So no rhyming at all in that verse, which is kind of a common thing in a lot of Manson stuff. He doesn't always rhyme. And it sometimes can make his lyrics sound sort of mushy. It can kind of make it sound like he's just making it up as he goes along, melody-wise. When there's no rhyme, the rhyming kind of helps hold the song together. And when you don't have that, it can make a difference. It can be more difficult to get the same effect. But here we have, okay, so we have stuff about the Last Supper, crucifixion, your autopsy table is ready. I mean, he's talked about his own autopsy in the past. I mean, one of his best lyrics was on Man That You Fear. And it's one that he used to say just in concerts, not even when he's singing that song. He used to say that before Antichrist Superstar ever came out, which was, spread me open, sticking to my pointy ribs are all your infants in abortion cribs. That's a line about his own autopsy. So he's dealt with autopsy in the past as well. He also talked about taxidermy in his last song. I think he was like, I'm not your taxidermy or something. And so now he's kind of flipping it around. It's not about him. It's about... I'm assuming this one is about Evan Rachel Wood. Can we just assume that this one in particular is about her? I don't have any confirmation about that exactly, but just because I pretty much generally know what the song is about, it seems like that's who he's talking to, although I don't want to lock that interpretation in just yet. But it seems like the overall premise here is that there's a retribution coming to this person. That this is the beginning of the end for this person he's talking about.
It's too late. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. I won't accept your surrender.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's no reason why he would accept. There's no reason why you would accept your surrender. Considering the history that's gone on, if we are indeed sure that we're talking about the right person. Beat up the bullies. That was what he was saying. Alright, so those were the lyrics from the As Sick as the Secrets Within music video. Alright, these were also... I remember seeing the Cadaver Dogs line. Oh, I heard a little bit of auto-tune there. Hold on. Let me go back. I think I heard some kind of auto-tune sounding effect. Yep, yeah. That was auto-tune. Interesting. I've never heard Manson use auto-tune before. I've never ever noticed him using it before. And I've listened to his music quite a lot, and I am kind of sensitive to it, so I do pick it up, usually, when I hear it. So that's interesting. Because it does sound like there's a lot of effects on his vocal track here. And so I guess it does kind of work with the soundscape that he's developing here. Cadaver Dogs. So I'm assuming that's like... scavenger, like stray dog kind of scavengers who eat dead bodies. They already know her face. So again, this idea that you're almost dead. Why pretend in a room full of fakes? That's a good line. That's a good an idea. Like, if everyone around you, if you've surrounded yourself with fakes, then why even pretend around them? Kind of a cool idea there, lyrically. Something made up for idiots to praise.
Losers love liars till the dying day. Losers love
Yeah.
liars till the dying
So there it is. It's the accusation of lying. Straight up, you're a liar, and anyone who gets behind you is a fucking loser. Who's just, jumping on a bandwagon for, I don't know, it could be clout, it could be virtue signaling, but this need to, and until their dying day, again, this idea that this is not sustainable. This lie that you've built up is going to come crashing down on you soon. And so it's going to affect everyone in the circle. It's going to affect that whole room of fakes. That's really I think this is a pretty decent verse as far as getting up the point across. I think I understand the point he's making. Maybe it's not extremely clever, but it is effective. I'll say that. Yeah, I mean, the song, it sounds very generic, and I don't mean that to say it doesn't sound good. But I feel like I've heard a lot of songs that sound like this song. Again, that doesn't mean I don't like it, because I am enjoying it so far. I'd be really interested in hearing it all the way through again one more time after I'm done reacting to it the first time around. I don't give a fuck if you say you're sorry. But again, that idea of your loyalty lies on the wrong side of the future. That this is gonna come down on you. This is gonna bite you in the end. That the future is on my side. Which I think is a pretty smart way to do a fighting back song for Manson. Because I was wondering, how is he going to handle this? And what I like about it is he's not... It's not like he's trying hard, trying to justify himself in any way. What he's done, it's interesting. It's like he's waited long enough for the tide to turn in his favor. And now, with the momentum on his side, he's able to say that, look, history is going to look back on this situation favorably toward me, and the future is not on your side. And I like that. He doesn't even have to try, because it's just the way things are going. This is inevitable. That this isn't even him. It's not even like he has to do anything to save himself. Because he doesn't need to be saved. It's actually she who needs to be saved. That's a really, really great way to do it. But this idea that, she needs to be saved now, and I'm not going to be here to save you, because this is the mess that you put yourself in. And the idea of loyalty here, we're talking about the room full of fakes. We're talking about everyone who has jumped on this bandwagon. So this isn't even necessarily about Evan Rachel Wood specifically and her actions. It's about everyone who's coagulated around her and created this big and contributed to this big lie that he's saying. He's saying that this is the wagon you've decided to hitch yourself to. This is the loyalty that you've decided to adopt for yourself, and it's the wrong one. Hey, 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 hey. It kind of it reminds me of every 2000s metal song. Not that that's a terrible thing, but it's easy to make fun of. I do kind of like this video. It's a very simple video. It's not like the last one. Like the last video was all symbols. It was all, you know, that classic Manson art interpretation deal that I was missing from him, because we haven't really gotten a good one of those in a very, very long time. This is more of a typical music video. But it is kind of fun to see him play with the band again. That actually does kind of elevate it a little bit, because in the past we've had just generic Manson videos like this, like Third Day of a 7-Day Binge. Or slow motion, I guess, where it's just been like, it's just him, and he has to kind of sell this song, but it's just him in a room just fucking around. It's not very interesting. At least with the band here, it feels like they're putting on a show. Lots of strobe lights. Yep. My red flag is your white one soaked in blood. Interesting. I'm curious about what precisely that metaphor is saying. Because the lyrics of the song, you know, we have this idea of beating up the bullies, so that's about fighting back. But the general idea of it does come through. I mean, my red flag is your white one soaked in... the idea of that, the basic idea that this is a fighting back song, I mean, that comes through in those lyrics. Even if you don't understand the specific way each puzzle piece fits together, the overall picture is pretty clear. But I also think it's interesting he was reborn at the end of As Sick as the Secrets Within, which seems to be a song about him getting over his drug problem. And the phrase the secrets within is from Alcoholics Anonymous. And so there's a lot that becomes more clear. That became more clear to me after that initial reaction. But in getting reborn at the end of that video, he was wearing the same jacket that he's wearing in this one. So it's like getting over, he's saying that getting over his addiction kind of gave him a new strength, and he can now use that new strength to raise this red flag of his and to go on the offensive for the first time. So that's a really cool idea, that this is like the reborn Manson. Now I'm curious about what the album is going to be. What's it going to be called? What's it going to sound like? It's not quite certain, because this song had a quite different sound from the previous one. But it does seem like there's a lot of energy here. That there's a lot of... he's not trying... It doesn't seem like he's trying to be kind of groovy and low-key in this new album. It seems like his goal with this new album is to be really loud and in your face. that seems to be the new kind of image he's putting forward. This is Manson reborn. So I'm really curious to know what the album's going to be called, what the art is going to look like. It would make sense if he wore this jacket on the art, whatever it is. That's my prediction. That's my one prediction for this album, that he's going to wear the leather jacket, because it just seems like that jacket is important to him, and that he wants to make a statement with that. Because it's appeared in 2 videos so far. But yeah, overall, it feels kind of redundant to say I like the song, because, you know, I do like the song, but the song doesn't, like I said, it feels very, very generic. It feels like this is, if you had consider, like, what would a new Marilyn Manson song sound like, this is pretty much what you'd expect. It's giving you exactly what you expect. There's no surprises here. And so I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, and I don't really know I don't really know if this song has much interesting about it, other than what it means as a statement for his career at this point in time. I think that's where the intrigue of this song lies. But I'm going to be seeing him live in about 2 weeks, so I'll update you then about what that concert was like. And then probably sometime after that concert, we'll probably get a 3rd single. I don't know if the 3rd single is going to come out before or after the album, or if it's going to be a situation where it takes a long time to get to that. I assume the album is not coming out until after the tour is over, although I could be wrong about that. But it seems like all of this is happening very quickly. So maybe the album will come out very soon. Because it does seem like he wants to kind of blitzkrieg us. I mean, it was only about 2 weeks ago that the last song came out. So it does seem like he's trying to blitzkrieg us. He's trying to advertise his tour. He's trying to really be like, yo, I'm back. Pay attention to me. So for that reason, the album might come out sooner than I would expect. But, yeah, that's all for this reaction. Raise the Red Flag. Not bad. Not particularly interesting, but we'll see where this goes.